but the westward winds, up to 80 miles per hour this afternoon, have driven the flames right up to the freeway. Water-dropping helicopters and units from several fire companies were used to knock down flames that jumped the freeway and were endangering homes on the west side of the road.
Timothy Greenwood is keeping an eye on the rest of the traffic picture this morning, including what we need to know about the Pasadena parade route. Morning, Timothy.
Good morning, Kent. Hello, Angela. Let's take a look at that map. We have places where you can exit and places where you can't.
The accident that was at the westbound 91 at Atlantic has been cleared to the right shoulder.
Ed Asner is the Grand Marshal of the Pacific Palisades Americanism Parade. Mr. Asner, it's an honor to have you today.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. I drew the short straw. What can I say?
And so, are you a fan of the 4th of July and what it means?
I am. I am for what it means. I think it is a great tradition. It helps instill the truth that America can be and should be. And as long as we follow those principles of what can and should be, then, oh my, there goes my car.
Nice.
As long as we can. We stand for great principles. Sometimes we betray those principles. And I am here to say I still believe in those principles.
Thanks for watching NAB HD. My name is Tim Greenwood. We're going to leave you with a high-definition helicopter shot of the Stratosphere Hotel Tower here live from Las Vegas. It's Ontario 4th of July Parade from Euclid in Ontario. I'm Tim Greenwood.
I'm Mariette Hartley. Thanks so much for joining us.
See you next year. Aren't they cute? They're adorable. Hi, I'm Timothy Greenwood. Welcome back to KCET's Pledge event for the Perfect Puppy Guide.
I'm Jennifer York.
You see, Pledge is your chance to make yourself heard. So if you lift up your phone right now and tell us how much you appreciate this program, we would appreciate that. Over the course of the next few days, so that's very important to keep in mind, but that will not be bringing as much moisture to North Carolina and to Virginia. Yeah. How about you guys? How do you feel about being in Willy Wonka Jr.?
It's my first time, and I'm just really happy to be in it because I've seen a lot of their shows.
And John Kobylt of John and Ken on KFI Radio. Hi, John.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Happy 4th of July.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be part of the parade this year.
Now, you have to be particularly partial to the 4th of July because you're a freedom and independence, leave me alone kind of guy.
Yeah, I'd be happy with no government at all, just to be left entirely alone. So, yeah, no, this is a great parade. We've done it a few times, and my family loves it, and it's a great day to be in a convertible and driving around in the sunshine.
Outside, it's 20 degrees with a foot of snow on the ground. Inside, at the Detroit Auto Show, they're getting ready to introduce some hot new concept cars. So how do you like this so far?
Oh, this is fun. The spirit here is great.
And what is the secret to Vulcan ears?
Make them pointy.
Well, on that given subject, let me tell you something.
Where was the show shot? We shot next to the Hollywood Freeway in the San Fernando Valley. And some mornings at 9 o'clock we couldn't shoot. The freeway noise was too loud.
No phone, no light, no motor car.
Just a bunch of freeways around it.
If you're 6 steps inside the front gate, do people ask you directions?
They ask us all the time, and most of the time we don't know, unfortunately, because we're stuck here at the booth. It's such a big show, so we generally recommend that people go back out and get a map.
One of the best ways in the world to find out what the most popular booth is to look for the crowd, like the one here at the JVC camera booth. I'm Timothy Greenwood in Hollywood. There's a new mural program underway designed to cut down on graffiti and to make sure that Hollywood's landmark buildings stay as attractive from the sidewalk as they are from a short distance. It's a combination effort of the Hollywood Beautification Team, a special grant, and the skills of some gifted artists who aren't afraid to stay up late to make sure that the stars really do come out at night. I'll have that story coming up. Busy Hollywood Boulevard, Hollywood, California, where people come to see the stars. But after a long night, at closing time, when the lights go out, just a few blocks up the street, the security doors come down. And Hollywood east of Highland has been known for being a lot less inviting. It's here, working under the streetlights, that a team of artists start their day's work around midnight to put a better face on the Hollywood of today. Under a sign that promises magic, there's more than one magician at work.
This picture is actually of Orson in the midst of performing a magical feat.
Susan Krieg is the lead artist of the talented painters making the Night Gallery of Hollywood.
Because of the rippliness of the door, really the only way to get the image up is projecting it, and we build like this tent in order to get it dark enough. And getting just enough information so we can paint from is the goal.
How many doors in total?
This phase, 35.
Talented artist Preston Craig, who worked on the Anne Margaret and Johnny Weissmuller murals, was beaming over at the Star Trek display.
Sulu was one of the, I think, first Asian characters that was a mainstream character in television. I'm glad I could do it.
They're very talented and keep up the good work.
Versatile Jeff Tuttle's skills can be seen on the Dean Martin portrait and DeForest Kelley as Bones.
My only thought is I'm glad I'm doing him. I feel like he had the best sense of humor. I'm doing Nat King Cole on the other side. I don't know if you saw that one, but it's kind of an honor.
What a great job you're doing.
It's kind of like they're all little friends out here on the boulevard, some of them, standing, all night long, watching the traffic, watching us watch them. I dig it.
The stars of television and the silver screen must first have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame before they can make it to the steel roll-down screens of the Hollywood Nighttime Gallery. The display starts at Highland Boulevard and goes down Hollywood for about 4 blocks, but it's open all night, at least until opening time. From Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood, California, I'm Timothy Greenwood. Will the new electric convertible from Mercedes look like this or more like this? Well, it'll have electric drive, and it'll look like this. The smart car now comes in an all-electric drive, and there's plenty of traffic anywhere you go, but the question is, how much pollution are you adding to the air, and how much are you spending to drive? How about a convertible electric car, go about 45 to 60 miles, and then plug it in again? Well, that's less than most people drive all day. We could do this. In fact, I'm going to go try one out. Let's go. A test drive event for smart cars in Santa Monica. Tell me about this.
So it's a start of the LA, it's basically smart cars launching their entirely electric vehicle and the world's first ever entirely electric convertible, and starting with a 10-day LA launch. So we're doing test drives, we're having free events upstairs and free gifts for anybody who wants to come and test drive here at Santa Monica Place.
And so how many test drives have you done this weekend?
I believe over the course, we started on Friday morning, today is Sunday afternoon, and we've had approximately 375. So we've been slammed.
That's great.
Yeah, amazing.
Comes a happy customer over your shoulder with a big smile on his face.
Yeah, smile. See?
So they're all smiling when they come back.
Yeah, they're thrilled. I think the whole theme of Smart is that we want people to have fun. This is a fun brand. We want them to take life a little less seriously, but take the planet very seriously, and that's what we accomplished.
Fantastic. So this is Kiana, my test drive specialist. So how do we gas it up before we go?
Plug it into a regular household outlet,
okay.
Or you can, this is a 110, or you can install the 240 volt, which is your charging station at home.
Okay.
And you get an extra up to $2,500 in tax credits.
And it all fits in the lid of the trunk, and the lid, in the back of the car. Place in the dash to throw your phone. That's good. And lots of headroom. I like that.
This is your battery gauge. It lets you know how much juice you have left. It has regenerative braking, so every time that you press the brake, it's charging the battery.
Oh, nice.
And when you
so
turn it on,
the more I stand on the brake, the faster I go.
No, the more you brake, the more charge you get. So it has regenerative braking.
So really, if I stayed on the brake all day long, I'd have a fully charged battery. I just wouldn't go anywhere.
Yes, exactly. You would keep charging the car.
Okay. And I'm looking for the key, but it's not up here. Oh, it's down here. And you just turn on and park lights up.
This is your efficiency rate of how you're driving. So the last person drove it at 48%.
Does this tip or turn?
It does.
It does not. Okay. So I step on the brake. You know, everybody in this parking lot has a car like mine. I hate when that happens. Pedestrians. Nice. And drive. This guy's going to run into me.
Beep, beep.
There he goes. So we're going to reinvent the art of yelling at other drivers because nobody can hear your car.
Well, actually, actually, there's a noisemaker on the right-hand side.
Yeah? Is that you? If I go too fast, you scream? That's why noisemaker on the right-hand side?
At the top of my left.
Okay. Now the other noisemaker.
The other one, actually located in the car.
Oh, okay.
It hums. I'll turn the radio down.
Yeah, please. So it whirs? It makes motor noises?
Yes, when you're driving in motion, you'll hear it.
Okay. Okay. Hi. And do you want me to nose all the way to the curb?
Yes.
Okay.
All the way in there.
Heading right for your spot, sir. Got the big flags. Do I get tugboats? This is hard. Did you have one?
Oh, absolutely. I live in New York. These are perfect for, well, the electric. New York's charging stations are not up to the amount that you have here in LA, but if the second we have more charging stations, electric makes more sense for me than anything, but right now I'm all for gas.
I understood. Since you can buy and not just lease a smart electric in a hardtop or a convertible, and the charge lasts longer than the 45-mile average national commute, perhaps you'll find that a smart electric pulls out ahead of the pack for your driving needs. Reporting from Santa Monica, I'm Tim Greenwood.
It's a whole slew of verbs.
Verb, it's what you do, is a way of embodying action, and it's from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And basically, they're communicating these messages to 9 to 13-year-old children about the benefits of an active, physically active lifestyle. And Verb is the embodiment of that, and children are getting pretty excited about finding out what their verb is.
That's another thing. A lot of these kids just never tried something different, you know, and maybe if they're encouraged not only by their peers but maybe even by their parents or by teachers or you know, other people that are role models to them, maybe they'll try new activities, you know, maybe skateboarding or maybe you know, biking or hiking or something, you know. We have swimming, we have kicking, we have jumping, and also translated in Spanish, you know, salta, and also in Spanish, baila, which means dance. We're also incorporating some Chinese verbs. Some of the youth next Monday are going to be here painting on the wall.
Oh, I think it's fabulous. I think that the kids are going to really enjoy getting involved in a national campaign.
I play basketball, I run track, and sometimes I dance.
They've already been asking each other what their verb is, and it also helps reinforce it when we talk in the classroom about activity and in their PE classes.
So if it drips, or if, you know, you go outside the line, don't worry about it, because you won't make a mistake, all right? Because it's art.
The mural is only a temporary mural.
It's temporary?
Unfortunately. And it'll be up for 30 days from when we complete the project. It's to make the youth see, you know, something that they can grab onto, you know, something that's bright and colorful, that attracts them and appeals to them, and then they can digest the message, which is, you know, which is basically, you know, physical well-being, and that's what this entire project is about.
A night to die for in Hollywood as we see the premiere of Prom Night. A number of familiar faces and voices take a stab at a new career. I'm Tim Greenwood. We'll have more coming up on The Hollywood Reporter. It was a night to remember as Brittany Snow, Idris Elba, and Timothy Greenwood walked down the red carpet for the premiere of Prom Night.
The prom is a perfect night thematically for horror films. It's the death of innocence. It's the end of youth, in a sense. It's the last night you're allowed to be a kid. So that's a perfect night to embody your worst fears come to life.
You've got the glamour of it all and then the tragedy of it all juxtaposed against each other. You know, here are these kids on the greatest day of their life, and then something really tragic and nasty and horrific happens, you know, and that makes a good drama.
The intensity there was kind of just, it was always at a heightened state because we knew that we were filming something really intense, and so it was really easy to kind of go from hysterically crying into filming something that was like lighthearted and dancing and stuff like that, just because we had like a mutual understanding of what the film was all about.
This film will scare you, but it won't make you sick when you go out. You'll enjoy it, you'll have fun. Thrills are a great thing.
With such an intense thriller, the cast couldn't help but have a few laughs.
A lot of running, a lot of screaming. It was really fun. I play this, life of the party type girl, Lisa. She's the most popular girl in school. She's in the prom court. She's up for prom queen. It was totally fun, Because in high school, I was kind of a nerd. Sorry, but true. I was a nerd. And so I got to play a fun, popular chick, and that was always, that's kind of cool.
There's something that kind of naturally happens when you're making scary scenes. It's funny. It's funny to do it. It's funny to be chased by people carrying rubber knives. It's funny to hide under beds and scream for no reason. So doing it is a lot of fun. And Brittany has a great, playful, fun spirit anyway. So she made all those moments, so delightful for all of us.
There's a scene in there where he's pulling my leg and I'm fighting to get away, and he actually pulled down my pants. And so to try to get away, I had to start kicking frantically, and I actually kicked him in the nose and gave him a bloody nose. And I still think he's really bitter about that, but I had to bring in a stunt girl to finish the scene for me because he didn't trust me about doing the stunt anymore.
Like many horror movies, dear old Dad gets killed first.
Oh, I love him. It's not because he dies really soon in the movie, really soon. But I loved him. He was so sweet.
My daughter has friends who like to play with pointy things.
How was your story?
And you know what happens with that? They're pointy. They hurt. Ow, ow. Well, I have to go inside now. It's a night to die for.